4 reasons your emotions feel out of control. Welcome to Getting Better Daily. If you have ever felt your emotions were too intense or out of control, you are not alone. Many people experience emotional intensity that seems excessive or disproportionate. But the reason emotions feel out of control often has less to do with your emotions themselves and more to do with the habits that magnify them. The habit of worry magnifies normal fear into anxiety and panic. The habit of self-criticism magnifies normal sadness into shame and hopelessness. The habit of rumination magnifies normal frustration into anger and rage. Mental habits that take level of emotions and make them far more intense and long-lasting, which means if you want to feel more in control of your emotions, you must take control of the habits that govern them. Learn to identify and eliminate these 4 habits, and you will discover that your emotions are far more manageable than you have ever thought possible. Number 1, believing your thoughts unconditionally. It's funny that we are so trusting of our own thoughts. Perhaps because our culture tends to glorify our capacity for thinking and problem solving, we make the mistake of assuming our thoughts are always true and helpful. This is especially the case when it comes to thoughts about ourselves or how we feel. After a coworker makes a rude comment about you during a meeting, the first thought that pops into mind is, great, now everyone thinks I'm an idiot. But here's the thing, just because you have a thought doesn't mean it's true. Many people, emotions quickly start to feel out of control because they insist that everything in their mind is meaningful. As a result, they end up thinking endlessly about every little thought, feeling, mood, desire, memory, and emotion that pops into consciousness. But for all its wonders, the human mind produces a lot of junk too. Often, a particular thought is just random mental noise. But if you insist on telling yourself a story about it and what it may or may not mean, you are inviting in wave and wave of emotions, and often not the fun kind. If you want to feel more in control of your emotion, practice being skeptical of your own thoughts. If a thought seems obviously absurd or ridiculous, remind yourself that it could be random noise, as meaningless and unworthy of your attention as an unexpected gut of wind. Number 2, relying on other people for comfort. Nothing could be more natural than to go to other people for comfort when you are upset or in distress. In fact, this is how most of us learn to deal with life difficulties. We have a supportive parent or caregiver in our lives who is empathetic and comforting when we are upset. The way they handle our painful emotions become a model for how we can deal with them as we mature. Unfortunately, sometimes this process sometimes grows awry. For all sorts of reasoning, learning to self-soothe and effectively manage our own emotional struggles can get disrupted. Some people, for example, have early traumatic events in their life that sabotage this process of learning to self-soothe. For others, they may learn at a young age that they can get relief faster and more easier by simply going to other people, and as a result, their capacity to self-soothe becomes underdeveloped as they age. In any case, the core problem is, while it's good to have other people as a source of comfort, it's risky to rely on them. When other people become your sole means of managing your emotional distress, it erodes your self-confidence. This means difficult emotions will be themselves painful, but more than that, you will also have the fear of being inadequate to handle them yourself, which effectively multiplies the intensity of every painful emotion you experience. Being afraid of feeling sad, for example, will make you feel worse. The solution is to practice managing difficult feelings on your own, even if you could get relief and comfort from someone else. Ideally, you will start with small things and gradually work your way up. But regardless, you must strengthen your capacity to comfort yourself. Your emotions will always feel out of control until you develop your own confidence in your ability to manage them well. Number 3, being judgmental of your own emotions. Being judgmental of your own emotions just because your emotions feel bad doesn't mean they are bad. Unfortunately, most of us are raised to believe that this is true. We grow up being taught that painful emotions are problems. Like germs, we need to get rid of problems that need to be solved. That we are weak if we feel sad and discouraged. That we are broken or malfunctioning if we get anxious and worry too much. That we are sinful or morally deficient if we feel angry towards people. But there's the thing. Emotions aren't good or bad any more than rain or snow is good or bad. You may not like certain emotions, Some may be uncomfortable or painful. Some may make it hard to do certain things. But to place a value judgment on an emotion doesn't make any sense. And the reason, because you can't control your emotions, not directly anyway. You can't just decide to turn up your happiness meter any more than you can decide to turn down your anxiety dial. Emotions don't work that way. But aside from being realistic, there's another problem with judging yourself for how you feel. When you criticize yourself for feeling anxious, you end up feeling guilty for feeling anxious. When you worry about feeling sad, you end up feeling anxious about feeling sad. When you put yourself down for feeling angry, you end up feeling angry about being angry. When you get judgmental about your emotions, you only compound their intensity and duration. Think about this. No one goes to jail for feeling really angry. You get sent to jail for acting aggressively. As a society, we don't judge people by their emotions, only their actions. If you want to start feeling less emotionally volatile, stop criticizing yourself for the way you feel. Number 4, not taking care of your body. Ever since Plato, we have been fixated on the idea that it's the brain and the body, or worse, the brain versus the body. Think of the common saying, mind over matter, or it's all in your head. Of course, this is ridiculous. Your brain is part of your body, and your mind doesn't work all that well without a functioning body. Of course, this is obvious in extreme cases. Deprive the brain of oxygen via heart attack or stroke, and your mind dies along with the rest of your body. But it's also true on a much smaller scale. The point is, how we treat our bodies profoundly affects how we feel emotionally. Many people struggle with feeling out of control or volatile emotionally in large parts because they are not taking care of their bodies, especially the big 3 aspects of our physical bodies: diet, exercise, and sleep. I mean, think about it. How will you expect to feel good emotionally if you eat like garbage, never exercise, and chronically deprive yourself of quality sleep? Furthermore, most techniques and strategies for improving your moods and emotional well-being work a lot better if you have a strong foundation of physical health. Take good care of your body and your emotions will usually take good care of themselves. If you want to feel more in control of your moods and emotions, start by taking control of your body, what you eat and how you move and how well you sleep. Health is the greatest possession. Contentment is the greatest treasure. Confidence is the greatest friend. Here's all you need to know. To feel more in control of your emotions, take control of the habits that influence them. In particular, if you can identify and reduce these bad habits in your life, your emotions will steadily become manageable. Don't believe your thoughts unconditionally. Stop relying on other people for comfort. Don't be judgmental of your emotions. Take care of your body. Thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more awesome videos like this. Turn on the post notification to get notified anytime we drop a new video. Keep getting better and have a nice day.